'Tis I, the Knock of the Ran. Now, Arlecchino is very cool. Thank you, yes, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yes, I know, what an intellectual. But, jokes aside, today I'll be soloing every weekly boss in Genshin with Arlecchino, meaning the team only consists of, that's right, you've guessed it, just her. Now you might be asking,
but why? Why would you do that?
Counter question, why not? Who am I most worried about? Azhdaha? Signora Phase 2? Possibly Raiden, because I don't remember how she fights. Scaramouche Phase 1, possibly Apep, since I think I've fought that boss a total of maybe 2 times, and of course, Arlecchino herself. Wait, isn't that like more than half the bosses? With all that being said, the rules are simple. Arlecchino must be the only party member, no food, and I can heal in between boss attempts. Let's get started. Hey guys, Nokran here. Right now I'm on my way to San Andreas. Right now I'm on my way to stab Andrius. Andrius and Dvalin should be super easy. Yeah, sure, I haven't fought them in like 2 years, but I think that's a non-issue. Alright, Andrius. It's time to meet Timmy's dad.
Whoa.
Yeah, this wasn't even a real fight. Andrius kinda just fell over. Quick question, by the way. Does this qualify as animal abuse? Phase 2. Ah. Look at that. To be honest, that was actually a lot quicker than I thought it'd be. But, you know what they say. I don't know what to say. Let's move on. Well, as expected, Andrius was super easy. It only took 1 attempt, and about 1 minute and 18 seconds. Now, I've just come to realize that I haven't actually shown the Arlecchino build yet. So before we get on with the rest of the bosses, Arlecchino, 7228, 2.2k attack, almost 2.3. We have her signature, we have C3, and we are on 2-piece Shimenawa, 2-piece Gladiator, because I haven't farmed the new domain yet. 1376, which I guess is 1076. Or that being said, on to the next boss. Welcome to part 2 of our serial boss killings. Dvalin should be a pretty easy boss, but I do expect it to take longer than Andrius. This fight is really easy. Like taking candy from a Chi-Chi. All you really do is dodge Dvalin's attacks, which isn't hard since his aim is as bad as mine, break his shield, then punish the horny. One thing I did realize though was... wait a second. This thing doesn't give me Bond of Life. That's kind of a scam. Yeah, apparently Dvalin radiates big dingus energy, and Arlecchino's Bond of Life doesn't work on the horn. What this means is, rejoice! There's no punishment for the horny! No, what this means is I couldn't one-cycle the boss, and so the game becomes a platformer. By the way, who has ever fallen between the platforms before? Come on, I want to see hands up. I know some of you have done it. Hell, I've fallen off more than once. Just like how Dvalin's falling over right now. Yeah, I know that segue makes no sense. Once again, as expected, Dvalin was also super easy. Only took 1 attempt, about 2 minutes and 23 seconds. We are now on our way to face Mr. Worldwide. I'm I'm not really sure what to expect from Childe. It's been a while since I fought him. Hey, Childe buddy. When you were in the Fortress of Meropide, did you drop the soap? Okay, wait. I know this is a pretty sudden pause, but... Holy hell, Childe is squishy! I would talk about his attack patterns, but I literally killed him too fast to notice them. Also, when did they change his cutscene lines? Well, that was anticlimactic. So Childe was a bit anticlimactic. I didn't think he was gonna die that quickly. I was gonna say that if I saw one comment saying that I should do a no-hit run, I was gonna blow my casket, but now that I've fought 3 of the bosses, that almost seems like a possibility. Childe has taken 1 attempt, clocking in at a whopping 1 minute 30, mostly because I decided to watch the cutscene. I wanted to pop in here to say that over 50 seconds of that minute 30 was watching the cutscene. In reality, this boss fight was like 40 seconds. But this next boss should be more difficult. Emphasis on should be. We're moving on to Azhdaha. Hey guys, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, trying to reenact the Rite of Dissension with my buddy Azhdaha here. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever fought this boss without Zhongli on my team. Okay, now Azhdaha is a funny little guy. His attacks mostly boil down to wide AoE natural disasters, which means that stamina bar is your lifeline. This should be fine, we should be fine. This boss would also be so much easier if I knew when he was invulnerable to all damage. I am not fine, I am not fine. I am not fine at all. Which brings us to the first death in this video, as well as the second. This guy stinks! Basically, my strategy going into the 3rd attempt was to just back the f up! And after making it to the cryo phase, I could see the end in sight. He had no HP left, and he was invulnerable again. God damn it. Wait, I've been scammed. There we go. As expected, Azhdaha was quite tough, but still nothing too difficult to write home about. Azhdaha took 4 attempts, with a combined time at 6 minutes and 40 seconds. We are moving on to La Signora. Hey, Signora. You know how death and taxes are the 2 certainties in life? Well, at least you don't gotta deal with one of them anymore. Signora Phase 1 boiled down to killing her fast enough to take as little damage as possible. But here's the annoying part. When she cocoons herself in the ice, she has this one attack that I can never seem to dodge properly. Like, I'm here waiting for some damn moths, and she's out here casting magic missile! Which means I take way too much damage before Phase 2 even begins. I'm also kind of getting bullied by the frost right now. I'll probably have to heal instantly once Phase 2 starts. What made Phase 2 hard were a few things. Okay, I can't actually see her attacks. She's too damn tall. Yeah, turns out Signora is a 14-foot tall Amazonian. I literally couldn't see her attacks because they're like half out of frame. So much for being a tall female, am I right, Arlecchino? Oh, and also... Bro, I did not come here to play The Floor is Lava. I have nowhere to run. Coupled with the fact that pyro attacks now did peanuts to her and that she has over 740,000 HP, I was in for the long haul. Well, that was just unfair. I feel like I'm gonna be here for a while.
Magic miss, magic miss, magic missile, magic miss, magic miss, magic missile.
Let's go! Well, that was tough. Last Signora ended up taking 5 attempts with a grand total of 18 minutes. I'm not looking forward to facing Raiden, because I don't remember her mechanics at all. With that being said, let's move on to the next one. Alright, Raiden, it's time to see your sister. Fighting Raiden felt like fighting Childe in the sense that they're both humanoid bosses. I'd say there's a pretty huge difference between the two though. One of them has an HP bar shorter than my attention span and the other is Raiden.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
Fighting Raiden also just feels like that teleports behind you meme, except instead of only teleporting behind you, she teleports in front of you, beside you, away from you, into you, to expel your organs from your body. Let me just name this section, Things I Learned About Raiden During Our Little Kerfuffle. I'm not sure if this is a one-shot mechanic, but I thought I could avoid it by moving to the edge of the arena, and yeah. You can't do that. Her clones are scammers. This one. I did not know that didn't give me the bond of life. That's kind of unfortunate. Ow. I didn't know she had a dash either. What in the flying f*** is this move? I was a little worried about when she gets her living mech suit, you know the one, because I really haven't fought this boss enough to know what it does. But then... Alright, we got it, we got it, we got it. We don't got it, we don't got it, we don't got it. Oh! Oh. Oh! Wait, we skipped phase 2. Huh. No, I'll take it. Well, that was a surprise. Coming in at only 3 attempts and 4 minutes and 45 seconds, Raiden Shogun has surprised me by not taking that long.
I thought you were stronger.
I thought it was gonna take at least maybe like 15 minutes, many more attempts, but I might have just gotten lucky since she decided not to go phase 2. I don't actually know what the phase 2 activation conditions are, but hey, I'll take it. Next up, we move on to Scaramouche. Alright, you godless heathen. I'm gonna send you to Jesus. Who am I most worried about? Scaramouche phase 1. I don't know what I was worried about. Yeah, I know how boring Scaramouche phase 2 is. Don't worry, I got you guys. While Raiden has multiple one-shot mechanics, or at least it felt like she did, Scaramouche has one very obvious one-shot mechanic. He goes up in the air, you have to break these things to collect the energy for your little pea shooter, then shoot him down. The problem is that some of these are floating, and if you're using a character who is getting, well, for lack of a better word, height diffed, you get the dinosaur treatment. Luckily, the last 30 seconds of me yapping doesn't even matter because Arlecchino displayed a normal attack hitbox that's fatter than pre-diet Ganyu.
Yoink! I was destined for more.
No, you weren't. So, one attempt, 347. I thought I was gonna have multiple attempts for phase 1. Turns out I just do too much damage. You know what? Fair enough. Alright, next up we have Apep. Alright, boss I can't pronounce because I wasn't paying attention during the Archon quest and I'm too lazy to search it up. Have at thee! Alright, not gonna lie, as soon as I saw how much damage I was doing, I clocked out. I leaned back. I didn't pay any attention during Nahida's story quest and I definitely wasn't paying attention now. I have zero emotional attachment to this boss. One attempt, about 230. Next up we got the whale of all whales, the leviathan of the gacha game, the narwhal. Yeah, that's not going in the video. Alright, you big, goofy-looking load of lard. Let's get on with it. I'm gonna drop you harder than the beat drops in phase 2. Narwhal is really easy. You hit him a lot, then you hit him some more when he's in his edgy phase, then you hit him again and you win. But I need an excuse to play this sick boss theme, so... I've also just realized that I forgot to start the timer. That's alright. I could just look at the length of the footage. I kind of expected Narwhal to be harder than that, but I guess not, cause most of the boss fight is literally just waiting for the whale to come down. Narwhal's been finished in one attempt at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Next up, we've got the final boss. You're looking right at her. Hey, Arlecchino, how are the kids doing? Oh, this is gonna take a while. This was it. The mirror match everyone's been waiting for, and oh boy was it a doozy. Arlecchino's first phase alone has over 1.7 million HP, with her combined total being over 2.7 million. And I'm already dead. Anyway, to put that into perspective, the next tankiest weekly boss is the Narwhal, with a combined total HP of over 2.3 million. And I'm dead again. That was totally doable. I'm on the third attempt, and I haven't even made it to phase 2. Okay, but here's the difference, right? I do damage to the Narwhal. I don't do shit for bricks against Arlecchino. At least in phase 1. Phase 2 is slightly better. I also don't know which of her attacks are one-shot mechanics except for the very obvious one, but we'll get into that later. So I was trying to treat everything as a one-shot mechanic, which honestly might not even be that far off. The trick to beating this boss is taking advantage of these little intermissions between her attacks where she kinda just pauses and contemplates whether or not pineapple is good on pizza. My average gamer skills notwithstanding, I actually really like this boss because it actually feels like a boss fight. Like it took me 10 minutes to even reach phase 2 the first time. Pop quiz, does Nokren dodge this attack? Quick, leave your answer in the comments below. Successfully dodged, that's good. Remember when I said I do more damage in phase 2, and remember seeing that phase 2 has less HP than phase 1? So this surely means that the fight's in the bag, right? Hahaha. I wish. You see, phase 2 might be squishier, but she also has more attack now. Meaning she can basically one-tap my ass back to the space station. But everything's alright. I made it back to phase 2 the very next attempt with only a moderate amount of trouble. This time, I got this. Well, fuck. We've done it. Oh. We finally beat her. Oh boy. And it wasn't even close. Well, that was Arlecchino versus Arlecchino, the greatest cat fight in Genshin history. It only took 11 attempts and 30 minutes and 23 seconds. Honestly, not too terrible, considering what I was expecting. But yes, that was Arlecchino versus every single boss in Genshin. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Arlecchino, I hope your pillow is warm when you go to sleep, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!